Hello, folks, and welcome back to twitch.tv/games with Nick. We are continuing our playthrough of Virtue's Last Reward. Last time we beat the security escape room and learned some information about who killed Luna and probably why. So let's pick it back up. We just exited the white room and went back to Warehouse A. No one's here.
Yeah. All right, let's start looking. We'll go through the crew quarters and work our way toward the elevator. Got it?
Yeah. I feel like we should almost take two different paths and then meet back at the elevator.
You search rooms 1 and 2. I'll take 3 and 4.
Got it. Alice. Luna. The most horrible thing about death is how it turns a person into a thing. The thing that just looks like your friend, but it's not them anymore. Is a strange cold shell, and every time you look at it, you feel a little of that coldness creeping in around the edges of your soul. Seeing death puts a heavy ball of blood in your stomach that just sits there, poisoning you. I turned and left the room.
No good. There's no one in 3 or 4. What about yours?
Same, nobody in them, except Alice and Luna. The lead ball pressed against the inside of my abdomen. I leaned back against the wall and let out a long, rare sigh.
What's wrong? You need to get it together.
You're way too close!
What are we doing right now?
Looking for the others.
Right. I know how you feel, but sitting around being miserable isn't
Please,
gonna help
please step
anyone.
away. Step away, thank you.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. Just step out. Thank you. I turned and headed for the door at the far end. I heaved myself up off the wall and followed. Beep, 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 beep. Infirmary. Oh. The music is creepy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, good lord. The first thing I felt was a strange cold sweat of terror. My stomach clenched in protest, pushing a wave of bile and nausea up my throat. The lead ball turned to ice, and my legs began to tremble under its weight before they finally gave way and collapsed. They were dead. I could feel it the moment I looked at them, but I didn't want to believe it. They couldn't be dead. Perhaps they were just sleeping. The cold, limp feel of their skin under my shaking fingers dashed any hope I had left. I wrapped up a trembling hand around the end of the bed and hauled myself up onto it. Even when I closed my eyes, I could still see them. My heart hammered away at my ribs and my chest felt so tight I could barely breathe. I forced myself to take long, deep breaths. Finally, I opened my eyes.
They were in a blind spot.
What?
The security camera. Remember how we didn't see anything in the real-time feed in the security room?
Yeah, I guess the partition was in the way.
Yeah.
They're handcuffed together.
Yeah. Whoever did this really didn't want them going anywhere. The chain's been looped around the pipe below the sink.
They would have been trapped here when the doors closed.
Look.
Why?
See the red marks on their wrists? They were trying to get the handcuffs off.
So you're saying it wasn't one of them that did this?
Probably not.
There's a gun on Tenmyoji's left hand. It looked like it's probably from a knife or something similar. Must have been deep.
And the blood on his clothes probably came from that wound. I don't see any others, at least. If this was the only one, I don't think he died from this cut.
The penalty. When the primary doors closed, they couldn't get to them. The needles in their bracelets activated and...
Yeah. You can see the marks on their wrists from where they were injected. The tubocurarine must have killed them.
You think that's why they were handcuffed to the sink?
They wouldn't have been able to get through the white doors without Quark. If someone wanted to use the penalty to kill them, they didn't need to tie them up.
Yeah, you've got a point. What's wrong?
I take back what I just said.
Find something?
Yeah.
I bent down to pick something up and handed it to me. Cyan bracelet. This was Quark's!
Correct. It has 9 BP, too. There's no mistake.
What is Quark's bracelet doing here? Wait, no, hold on. If Quark's bracelet is here, then that means...
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
No. No. This can't be happening. Not Quark.
Hey, Sigma, calm down. Just because his bracelet's off doesn't mean Quark's dead. In fact, this could be good news. A ray of hope.
Ray of hope?
Yeah. If Quark still had his bracelet on, then he would have ended up like Tenmyoji and Clover, but he's not wearing it. That means he might have managed to avoid getting injected with tubocurarine.
You mean the bracelet came off before the doors closed?
Yeah.
That's impossible. Zero Jr. told us that they only come off when your heart stops when you escape.
Maybe he got out then.
Right, he's got 9 BP. Wait, so you're saying he escaped then came back and left his bracelet here? No, that's impossible too. Zero Jr. said the number 9 door only opens once. Even if he was able to get outside, he couldn't come back in.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic? Have you actually seen Quark dead? Huh? You need to think positive, Sigma. Reality is what we believe it to be.
Really? So you're saying this is what we want it to happen?
That's enough! Quark is definitely alive. He has to be. He has to be. I refuse to believe he isn't.
Okay, who's in denial now?
I can't let an innocent kid like that get killed.
Who's in denial now? I wanted to ask if she meant Clover and Tenmyoji weren't innocent and had deserved to die, but I swallowed my words. Fighting wasn't going to help us. All I could do was hope that Phi was right. Perhaps Quark was still alive. What are you doing?
Examining their bodies. Tenmyoji first.
Why?
Clues.
What kind of clues?
To who might have killed them.
I mean, based on our previous theory, if Tenmyoji has a knife cut on his palm, well, only fucking Dio had a knife, so...
Finding Quark's bracelet tells us something. If the killer saw it, that would make for an obvious motive.
With Quark's bracelet, Clover and Tenmyoji would have been able to go through the white doors. The killer handcuffed them to the sink to prevent that.
Right. That's my guess, at least. That's odd.
What's wrong?
I can't find anything. I should have found something.
What?
You remember when we ran into Tenmyoji in the rec room? He sprayed our wrists with luminol.
Oh,
I'm
this
sure I
was
saw
this
him take a
timeline,
spray
huh?
bottle out of his pocket.
And now you can't find it.
Right.
Do you think the killer took it?
I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at Clover, too. Give me a minute.
Phi knelt down next to Clover as she spoke and began to gingerly examine her corpse. Then after a moment, I saw her hand stop.
Look, see your thigh? Doesn't it look like there's something written there?
Yeah, it does.
Sorry, I'll have to move your leg a little bit.
It's written in blood. It must be Tenmyoji's.
It says 016.
What does that mean?
Hang on. I feel like I've seen that somewhere.
Alright, notice that it's the right index finger and the right thigh. Try writing something on your right thigh with your right index finger.
016. 016. I know I've seen it somewhere. It's no use. Can't remember.
Don't get my hopes up like that.
Anyway, these numbers have to have something to do with the killer. She must have written them after she got hit with a soparil. There would have been a few minutes before she went all the way under when she could have done something. I think she probably used those last minutes to tell the rest of us who'd killed her.
016, huh? Maybe, but the only people who could have done it are Kay and Dio. Assuming it wasn't one of us, I mean.
No, there's also Quark. I mean, I'm not saying he did it, just...
Damn it. This is hopeless. I can't keep up anymore. Everything here is a goddamn mystery. Like, what about that old woman we found? Who killed her? The movement of the EB room makes Luna seem the most suspicious. But when would she have done it? And we don't have a good explanation for why she would have wrapped the knife up in the handkerchief. And of course now Luna's dead too. So who could have killed her? The footage from the security camera paired with Dia's behavior makes Clover seem like the most likely suspect. But now we'll never know for sure. Alice's killer is a complete mystery. We don't know what the hell 016 is supposed to mean. We don't have any idea where Quark's gone. What the hell does any of this mean? Who killed everyone? Was it Zero? Zero Senior? And who is Zero Senior? What the hell does he want? Why does this game even exist, and why did they kidnap us and bring us here? While we're at it, where is this? When is this? Mysteries, mysteries, mysteries. I feel like my head's about to explode. Please, Fi. Give me something. Anything. A clue. A hint. Come on, you gotta have something.
The luminol. I think there's a very good chance someone took the spray bottle out of Tenmyoji's pocket.
Okay, but how is that important?
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think they took it?
So they could test for blood?
What would they need to do in order to do that?
They just need to spray the bottle with whatever they want to test.
That's it?
No, wait, you're right. Luminol reacts with organic compounds and glows, but the glow is really faint.
So?
So you need to make it dark. You have to turn off the lights in order to see if anything's glowing.
And that would mean?
That would mean... the rec room! Fine, I raced for the door. We weren't sure what we'd find, but we know where we were going. I had a feeling deep in my gut that whatever we found would be the breakthrough I'd been looking for. Again, all of these transitions. Why are you wasting my time with that? Okay, rec room. Okay, here we are. Again, I don't like the fact that there is no music. Oh boy! That is something. Everything in my head ground to a halt. Even after all I'd seen, a room full of corpses had a profound effect. It was such a ridiculous thought that before I could stop myself, I laughed. That laugh made me think. Was laughter in a situation a defensive response designed to protect a brain from constant emotional bombardment? They say that right before an animal dies, it feels a moment of comfort. Right before death, the brain releases a huge amount of endorphins into the bloodstream. Pain is only a warning signal meant to help the body avoid death, but when death becomes a certainty, pain no longer has any use. In fact, the loss of pain can lead to incredible feats on the edge of death. Let's say that two species of animal come under attack from an overwhelming force. All of them are severely wounded and near death. Species A feels pain, but Species B doesn't. The horrible pain felt by Species A prevents them from moving, but because they feel no pain, some of Species B will manage to drag their wounded bodies to safety and survive. As a result, Species A is eliminated and only Species B manages to survive. This process of natural selection has been repeated for thousands, no, millions of years. All creatures that walk the face of the earth are descended from Species B. I'm no exception. That's why I can't look at a room full of corpses and laugh. The genes I've been given by a million years of evolution have changed my fear into ecstasy. I guess this means you and I are the only survivors.
Don't make me keep saying it. Quark's still out there somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. He is still out there. So would that mean he killed him? I mean, you said yourself that there was no way there was intent on by the player out there when Alice was killed. But we've also refuted the possibility that Zero Senior being the 10th person. There is no 10th person. The only people alive are you, me, and Quark. That means...
You're being ridiculous. Look at their bodies. There's an axe buried in Kay's back. And a spear has been thrust all the way through Dio's stomach.
Yeah, I don't think Kay has the strength for that.
Do you really think a child Quark's size could do that?
Alright then. Are you saying you killed him?
Are you insane? And just when would I have done that? I've been with you this whole time.
She was right. After the end of the second round of the 80 game, Faya and I had a midnight shutter sight. We'd go through the wide door, explore the security office, solve puzzles, all of it together. No, wait, there had been one time. One time when I wasn't watching. A few minutes in the security office when I rested on the couch. Would she have snuck out then? The rec room and the security office weren't that far away from one another. Here is the security room, and we are currently over here. And that's pretty far. If the round trip took about a minute and she killed him in 4 minutes, then the whole thing would have only taken her 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, huh? Just how long had I been out? No, that wasn't really right. I hadn't been out. I just felt like everything was being fast-forwarded, probably because my mental processing speed had dropped. But how long had I been like that? It might have been only felt like a few seconds to me, but it could have been much longer. And where could something like mental processing speed dropping come from? Hey, what you doing there, Fi?
Checking their bodies like before. I decided to start with Dio.
Find anything?
Yeah, 2 things actually. Take a look at this.
Yep, there's the knife.
Yeah.
There's something engraved on the blade, too. Myrmidons. Is that the name of the manufacturer?
Dunno. It's not a name I've ever heard of before. But look at the handle. You've seen it before, right?
This is the knife that was stabbed into Alice's chest.
Right. From the looks of it, I guess the blade is about 15 centimeters long. I'd say it's probably about 3 centimeters tall and 3 millimeters wide.
I think I've heard those numbers before.
Like, wound cavity, 150 millimeters. Wound length, 30 millimeters. Wound width, 3 millimeters.
Yeah, that's it! When Luna scanned the old woman's body, those were the numbers he gave us for the wound.
Alright. Well, wound cavity would be the depth of the wound. Wound length would be how long it is from top to bottom.
I mean, this is Chekhov's knife. Of course it was used to kill the old woman.
And wound width would be how wide the flat end of the wound is. In other words...
Those numbers describe the size and shape of the wound, right?
Right.
So if they match, that means the knife was used to kill the old woman.
Well, I was just eyeballing those measurements, so we can't be sure.
I mean, how many knives have you seen at this facility? By? Come on. Still, why does Dio have it?
He must have gotten it from Alice.
I know that. What I mean is why you take it. Do you want to destroy the evidence? Maybe he was the one who killed Alice.
That would match up with what we saw.
No, wait. Hold on a second. I'm getting confused here. Alice would have had that knife first, right? She picked it up when she found it wrapped in the handkerchief next to the aviary.
Right.
So Dio took it from her and stabbed her? That's what happened. Why didn't you just take the knife then? Well, leave it in there for us to see and come back and get it later. We know what actually happened to Alice. She killed herself because she was infected with Radical 6. But in this timeline, Sigma doesn't remember that yet.
Well, we can look into that more later. First, I want you to have a look at something else. Don't you remember what I said? I found two things. There was the knife and... this.
Hey, this is that key.
What do you mean, that key?
We found it in the Golem Bay. Didn't have any idea what it was for then, though. But Alice said it might be important, so she'd hang on it just in case.
So, Alice should have had this, right?
Yeah,
And now Dio's got it.
yeah.
So when Dio took the knife, he also took Kay's key.
Wait, Kay's key?
Oh man, you couldn't figure it out from the shape?
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. What do you mean?
Get over here. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Let me show you.
She walked over to Kay's head, knelt down on one knee, and pointed to the back of it.
You remember this, right?
Oh, yeah. So that's it. It unlocks the suit, right?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Before I had time to prepare myself, Five shoved the key into the slot and twisted. But
It's no good. Can't get it open.
why not?
Maybe the suit is powered, and it needs to be on in order to open. But with this axe in here...
You're saying it shorted the suit out or something?
I think so. At any rate, the key fits perfectly. I don't have any doubt it's for removing Kay's suit.
Do you think Dio knew that when he took it?
I wonder...
So I guess we'll never know what his face really looks like.
Yeah, no way we can get that mask off with our bare hands.
I wonder who he was.
Well, I still haven't checked him over. Let's have a look. Maybe we'll find something that'll tell us who he is.
She'd only been searching a few seconds before she stopped and pulled something out of Kay's robes.
Look,
What is it?
a spray bottle with luminol in it.
That's the one time Myoji had.
Yeah,
Then does it mean Kay was the one who handcuffed him to the sink?
we don't know yet.
Why not?
Kay might have taken the spray from Tenmyoji after he died. It's possible he made it through the white doors before we did, went to the infirmary and got this. Anyway, there's something I want to see. Turn off the lights.
Are you going to check for luminal reaction?
Yeah, if Kay used the spray before he died, we might still be able to see it.
There's blood everywhere in here, though.
That's okay. If he didn't spray it, there won't be a reaction from any of it. Come on. Alright, do it.
Done.
Thanks. Just as I thought. Look, Dio's left wrist.
The underside of his bracelet is glowing.
Exactly.
But why?
Because there are traces of blood on it.
Whose blood?
We've seen 5 people with serious bleeding. The old woman, Alice, Tenmyoji, and these 2 here. I'm disinclined to think this is Dio or Kay's blood, though. See? If you look, it's been wiped off. Except for the luminol, the bracelet looks clean. Why would someone wipe blood off a bracelet after being hit with an axe or stabbed with a spear, and then spray it with luminol? It doesn't make sense.
And that leaves the old woman, Alice, and Tenmyoji.
Right.
You remember what Tenmyoji said to us in this room?
Can I see the other side of your bracelets? Please, just do it.
Do you think Tenmyoji had figured out that one of the bracelets would have blood on it?
That would have meant he was looking for either Alice's blood or the old woman's.
I wonder which it was.
No idea. But whatever the case, Tenmyoji seemed to think that whoever had this bracelet was Zero Sr.
Just relax, okay? That's all I needed to know.
What?
Neither one of you is Zero Senior.
Are you saying that because there wasn't any reaction from the luminol?
Yeah?
Whoa, wait. Are you saying that Dio is Zero Senior?
I don't know. The only thing I can say for sure is that there's a possibility that Dio killed the other 6 victims.
Then who killed Dio?
Kay, perhaps? After he was attacked, he used the last of his strength.
And our descendant of species B.
Huh?
Nothing. Forget about it. Anyway, if Zero Senior was Dio, then
All of this would be over. This awful game would be over.
An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
What? What the hell is happening? That's impossible!
Quark.
Quark? Quark opened a gate?
Whatever. We need to get back to the Floor A warehouse. Hurry!
I know, I'm coming! More time wasters. One thing I really appreciate about this game is how everything actually nicely comes together once you've played through the game and know how things work and all that. So it's really beautifully constructed. I wouldn't say it's necessarily perfect. I think there's a couple of things that made me go like, but for the most part, oof. This is such a good game. Damn it! There's no one here. Did they run off?
Why would they run away?
Hell if I know. How the hell did Quark open an AB gate anyway? Without a star key, you shouldn't have been able to get it open.
You must have taken one from Dio or Kay before we got to the rec room. We know they went through a white door, remember? We saw the footage in the security office. That means they had a star key just like we did.
But she didn't find one when you searched him.
Right.
Well, maybe Quark's a suspect after all, then. You shouldn't write him off just because he's a kid. Maybe he knows how to use a lance or an axe.
That's impossible.
Yeah, that's preposterous.
You're being an idiot. It's much more likely he found the key card after they died.
Oh, Alright, let's go find him.
Any ideas where to look?
Nothing. How on earth would I know where he might be?
Well, there's one place I'd like to check out. Come on.
You know something I don't? Oh, I guess the door that they went through. Ah! The room DNK investigated.
Right. Aren't you curious?
Of course. Besides, Quark might be there.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move. Director's office.
Probably belongs to the director.
I hope it has one of those chairs.
Chairs?
You know, the folding ones that say director on the back. I've always wanted to sit in one and say stuff like action and cut or double decaf chai sui latte now.
And that's what you think we'll find in there?
Yeah, aren't you excited?
Well, there could be anything in there. So, no, not really.
Yeah, what if Zero Senior wasn't there waiting for us?
That would make things easy. We'd settle things right now and then get the hell out.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna open it.
You don't need to keep asking me if...
Oh,
There's no one here.
that computer's been turned on.
Yeah, maybe Dio and Kay did that.
Okay, that's... To me, those are 2 more lions eating the sun. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 to our counter. What the hell is this?
A lion.
Is biting.
A sun?
It has a couple input fields for user ID and a password.
We probably can't use it unless we know what those are.
Why don't you put something in?
Sure, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, just as I thought. Might as well forget about this thing for now. We can't get anywhere without a password. Let's see if we can find any other clues. This is the director's office after all. If we turn the place upside down, we're bound to find something. Shall we?
If I turned and headed off toward a bookshelf, leaving me alone next to the desk. I felt compelled to stay and found myself staring at the screen. A lion biting the sun. A lion biting the sun. A lion biting the sun. Memento mori if the ninth lion hit the sun. Remember death if the ninth lion hit the sun. Could this be the ninth line? Then maybe Memento mori, remember death. Memento mori. Remember death. We haven't seen Dia die like that. Memento mori. Remember death. Memento mori. Remember. Nope. And oh, Mori. Nope. Remember death. Nope. It was no good. I didn't know anything. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd seen the ID and password somewhere before. To be continued. We found another lock. Alright, it's actually not even a lock, we just need the user and the password, and I have no idea what those are. I refuse to betray Luna. I just refuse to betray Luna, period. No, it's not gonna happen. So, we're gonna skip each of... I guess we can come here and pick a different choice for our second chromatic door. Let's go through the blue door with K.
Right.
We should hurry.
Pick up a door to run, blah blah blah.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic.
Wait, 3 doors?
Is this the dead end?
Okay, we're gonna hit the lever. What's gonna open? The rec room! Hey! We were just here! Cool.
Well, that was...
Then we are.
Okay.
I have no idea. Do not.
I don't think...
You are.
Yeah, we can't open it. Let's just go through. Save some time. What is this place?
The rec room, apparently. Oh, you didn't see it. There was a plate on the door. It said rec room, as I recall.
Why are you giving me attitude?
Short for recreation, one might assume. How ironic. I doubt recreation is foremost on any of our minds right now.
Okay, to pull in darts again, but... What's with all the suits of armor? Seems like kind of weird.
If you think the armor's weird, check that thing out.
Is that a ride?
Yeah, I see them in front of grocery stores all the time. You put a coin in and it kind of rocks around. You must have gone on one at least once when you were a kid.
I have no memory of doing so, but it is possible.
Does this thing mean we're kids here at some point?
No, I don't think so. I guess it's part of someone's collection.
That seems like an exceedingly odd thing to collect.
I don't disagree. This place is a lounge, some sleeping quarters, and now it's a rec room. It's like we're on some kind of luxury cruise liner.
Now that you mention it, it does give the impression that people are supposed to stay here for an extended period of time. They have a small but well-stocked infirmary. Anyone here would be able to treat at least minor injuries and illnesses.
So you think this room is to help people keep from going out of their minds with boredom?
Yes, relaxation is important in an isolated environment.
Never think anybody needs to leave without leaving. I guess they're planning to keep us here for a while, huh? Well, it's not happening.
I agree. Let's just find those moon card things and get out of here.
Ah, there's a door over there.
No good, won't open. Looks like it's locked up
In
tight.
other words, the moon cards must be in this room somewhere.
Right then, let's find them. Alright. Escape room. Let's see. We've got some rules about darts. There's an automatic scoreboard, but we don't have any darts. There are some billiard balls. There is a piece of felt. And some luminol. Billiard ball colors. An extension cord. But it doesn't seem to match, so we're gonna keep the cord. Okay. We need a coin for the lion. Let's start by, no, I need to do this. Putting the felt up here. And probably actually using the luminol on this. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? There's a jukebox here, which we can connect with the extension. I still don't know what thing to get, so... There's a mounted head. What about here? Oh, we can swap things. Something in there covered in glass. Why don't we give this guy... Oh, we also definitely want to grab this full cube. Damn! We got an Allen wrench out of that. Okay, let's go in with this Allen wrench. Oh, this is a circular keyhole. It's on an Allen wrench slot. Okay, what about these? We haven't looked at these yet. We probably need 2 vinyls in here, but I have no idea what they are. Scoreboard for the pool. Okay, I think it's time to turn off the light and look for the reaction. Okay, let me make a note of this. It's C-A-F-D B and E. Okay. Turn on the light again. Oh, I see. Okay, there's colors and things. Okay, so the first one is the whole purple, which means it's number 4, and it goes into A, which is the top left. Okay, then we have the whole yellow, which is 1. Which goes here. Then we have the half purple, which is 13, which goes there. We have the whole blue, which is 2, and D is here. Then the whole green is 6. And the half yellow is 9. And we are done. What do we get? What do we get? We got some dart tips. Hey. Oh. I need to use the Yellow Wrench on the thing to get a circular tip. Okay, that's what I was missing. Okay, open this thing up. Oh, we get little sun coins. Which means another lion is gonna eat the sun. So we're currently at 8 plus or minus 1. He's riding it. That's cute. There is no God. Hey, Sigma, Alice! He's waving at us now. Alice, what is going on? I'm scared. I'm not watching. This isn't happening. Everything is fine. Oh, they all took a picture. Well, hey, at least he had a good time. Oh, there's something on the back. Let's see. Z9D1. Oh. That means we can go here. We can pop a coin. And request Z9. Which is a gold record. And are you still active? Yes, D1. Here's another gold record. So we can put them in here. Is activating something. Alright. Which unlocked the middle frame. Alright. There are darts without the tips, but we do have the tips. Alright, so we need to score 91. First, red, blue, green. Darts. Alright, so if you want to do red, blue, and green. 91. 91 can be 11 plus 80. We need to also be careful because there's a limited amount of things. 80 doesn't work because we can't really decompose 80 into 2 different colors. We should start with a red, so we can either do 9, in which case we're left with 82. 60 makes 22, which would be another red. That doesn't work. 40 makes 42, which we can't achieve. 20 makes 62, which again we can't achieve. So we're at 82. If we do 39, that's another 43, but again we can't really write that. If we do 17 times 3 is 51, that's another 31, but 31 is prime. So I don't really see a way of doing it if we start with a 9. Now if we start with a 7 times 3, which is 21, then we have 17 to go. And I already forgot. Is it nope. Is it red, blue, green? The 21 makes 70 left over. $16 makes 10, but that's not good. 30, 60, but I don't need a 31 because it doesn't do it either. Oh, brother. So 21 would mean we need a 17. 33 means we're looking at 37. That's prime. That's not gonna work. 24 means we're looking at 56, which we cannot reach. Yeah, we need to crank it up a little, I think. So if we did 34 as our red, then that's 57 left over. If we did 33, that's 24, which we can reach. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was the secret code apparently. I noticed that in this case we've done it in red was bigger than the green, which was bigger than blue, which was bigger than the green. Let's try doing the opposite way. Let's try making the red the smallest number and the green the biggest number. So if that is the case, if we did 13, then there's 78 left. $14 makes 64, but we can't reach that. 18 makes 60, but we can't reach that with a green. 68. Next up is a blue. 68? No, that doesn't sound right. 78. Yeah, 78. And 33 makes 45. But that is unachievable. Let's try to do this backwards. What's the largest green number we can have? It's 51. That means we need to get 40 using a blue and a red. Now, we cannot use 20 because it would be another 20. We need something slightly bigger than 20 in blue. We don't have anything bigger than 20 in blue. Well, we have 33 bigger than 20 in blue. And it's still smaller than 51. 233 is 84. And 84 and 7, which is not red. That's not gonna do it either. Yeah, no other blue is bigger. I guess, no, wait. Okay, so we cannot do 39 as our number that's bigger than... Can we not do it? 17 times 3 is 51. 13 times 3 is 39. That gives us 9 and we don't have a 1. So yeah, we can't do it. So it is not 51 as the first and the biggest number. If we used 40 as the biggest number, we're gonna need 51. 51 can be 33 plus 18, but we can't get a red that way. 51 can be 39 plus 12, but we can't get a red that way. 51 can be... Not a lot. Because we need a number that's at least bigger than 25 for that to work, and we don't have it in blue. This 33 doesn't work. So it's gonna be another green value. What's next after 40? We got a 27. That's the next biggest. So if we start with 27, we still need 64. But the issue is that we are trying to have numbers smaller than 27 to make up. And that would be impossible. Because 27 times 3 is smaller than 91. Oh, I'm at a bit of a conundrum. I am not sure what they want me to... Maybe the red has to be in the middle. The red has to be in the center, the blue in the middle, and the green on the outside. If that's the case, the largest red, the largest middle blue. Yeah, this is never gonna work. Yeah. No, okay, let me look at the items. Oh, how do I get the items? Why? Red, blue, green. Maybe they don't have to be bigger, they just have to be a red, a blue, and a green. If we started with a red 22... 60 would make 82, we would need a 9. But it's not gonna be it because they're still the same color. But 22... 69. Nice. Green could be a 51, which means I would need an 18. That's not right. So it's not just the collar. The issue is that there's too many numbers and I kind of have to redo the math every time. We're almost done with our time for today, so let me just look this up, because there's a limit. I think we can say that I really put in the effort that it deserved. ELR Rec Room. Alright. Given the stupid code. Yeah, it's what I thought. It has to be red is less than blue is less than green. But I looked into it. I didn't think it was possible. Red 6, blue 11, green 20. Green 20 is 40. I forgot to account for 18 as 6 times 3. That was my problem. Oh well. We all make brain farts. Save. Alright. Archive. Rec Room. First Moonstar Star. Let's look for the secrets. Wound 1. Fourth intercostal left between the 4th and 5th ribs on the upper left chest. Stab wound. A wound caused by a knife or other sharp object. Wound margin. Clean, continuous. The wound margins are consistent with a stab wound. Wound angles. 1 sharp, 1 blunt. This is consistent with a knife wound. Most knives have 1 sharp cutting edge and 1 flat edge, which would produce the wound profile. Wound 2. Wound cavity. The depth of the wound. Frequently, this will match the length of the blade used. Wound length. This length, long ways of the wound left in the epidermis. Usually this corresponds to the height of the blade. Wound width. The width of the blunt angle of the wound. Usually this corresponds roughly to the width of the knife blade, allowing for elasticity of the skin. Coroner. Not to be confused with a coroner is a government official who assists law enforcement by investigating the causes of death and dealing with the paperwork and logistics surrounding corpses. It can also be used colloquially to refer to someone who performs these duties, whether or not they are actually employed by the government. Autopsy. An autopsy is a post-mortem surgery that examines the body in detail to determine the cause of death and evaluate any diseases or injuries that might be present. It is also super gross. Luminol mixture. Luminol is an organic compound with the chemical formula C8H7N3O2. When mixed with a hydroxide salt and hydrogen peroxide, it will glow blue when it comes in contact with blood and certain other substances. This property has made it a useful tool in criminal investigations where it can reveal blood stains that have been cleaned up. Keep this in mind the next time you're contemplating how to deal with the neighbors listening to death metal at 3 in the morning. Bracelet 2. At first glance, Kay's bracelet seems different from the others. Specifically, it appears to be attached to a suit. Although the design is slightly different, it is not a part of his suit. The bracelet is attached directly to his wrist, with the face looking out through a hole in his armor. Just like the other bracelets, it will only come off when he escapes or when his heart stops beating. Generalized amnesia. A memory condition where the sufferer retains knowledge such as language, social common sense, and so on, but memories of their own past and personality disappear. Its cause is usually psychological, but in rare cases it can be caused by a serious type of trauma. Kay suggested an extremely painful breakup may have been the cause of this condition, but generalized amnesia usually requires a much more powerful trigger than breaking up with someone. In fact, a painful breakup often has the opposite effect. You want to desperately to forget, but find it to be impossible, which leads to all sorts of other mental disorders, or so the person sitting behind you says. Okay, other pass. No. Alright, nothing interesting, just the map, the keys, and the exit key, blah 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 blah, skip over it. Moon keys. Okay, he's a solo. Okay, hit, exit, bye-bye. Alright, and this is where we will call it. So thank you for watching. As usual, you can find me at twitch.tv/gameswithnick and youtube.com/gameswithnick. Yeah, just go in and check out the videos posted on YouTube. There's some exclusives.
Interesting.
I believe at this point, the God of War original game PS2 playthrough should be going live on YouTube, so check this out. You can like, subscribe, leave a comment if you enjoy the video. If you want to follow me streaming things live, check out twitch.tv/gameswithnick. YouTube behind the scenes things. I'm not sure what I'm streaming at this point, but I'm sure it's cool stuff. So check out the schedule, hit the follow button, and hit the bell so you know when I go live. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.